Now this is a map of the Tabernacle tent. Now you may have heard of the temple, the Jewish temple. We're going to hear a lot about that nowadays with everybody hoping that the end is near. However, this is the precursor to the temple, and this lasted all the way from the time of Moses to the time of David. God gave very specific instructions of exactly how to put this together. Now it starts with a framed structure, and it was covered by 4 layers of cloth and skin, which you can read about in Exodus 26, 1 through 14. Over here was a veil that formed the entrance to the tabernacle, and it was similar to the veil that you find inside that separates the most holy place, the Holy of Holies, as you probably heard it called. Except the cherubim were not embroidered on this one, on the front one. And it was suspended on 5 golden pillars, which you can read about in Exodus 26, 36 through 37. Now, there is the giant golden lampstand, or menorah, that existed even to the time of Jesus. This right here is the altar of incense. Over here we have the table for the bread of the presence. And this whole entire area was considered holy. So of the holy, this is the holiest of the holies, the Holy of Holies. That's why it was called that. So even though this is holy of the holy. Back here, you would have the Ark of the Covenant. Now the Ark contained manna, the 10 Commandments, and Aaron's rod that had budded. So outside of the tabernacle, you'd have this wall area completely encompassing it. Everything they did in here was considered a holy thing unto the Lord, so it was kept separate from whatever happened outside. Here they would have some ceremonial washings for both the high priest and for the sacrifice. The sacrifice's blood would actually be splashed inside the Holy of Holies, while the rest of the animal was actually cooked out here, and the priest would be expected to eat the meat. Now what's interesting is that the lid of the ark is actually known as the mercy seat. Why is it called a seat? Well, what I find interesting is that some believe that the ark, the original Ark of the Covenant, actually still exists in Ethiopia, and that it will be given as a gift to Christ when he reigns as king during the millennial kingdom. When that happens, it's possible that the rest of the ark actually doesn't exist because it was wood with hammered gold on top of it. That wood would have rotted a long time ago. But the mercy seat, the lid, was made of pure gold. That would have no problem surviving. If there's enough space in between those 2 angel figures on top, my personal thought is that this seat, the mercy seat, could become a literal seat, an earthly throne for Christ when he reigns as king. Now that's just my speculation. Please don't take that as any biblical evidence for that. I just like to think about things.